All right, we're going to call where am I at? January 18th. What is that right there? February 6th. Oh, I don't even know where we're at. Thursday, January 18th, 5:30 finance meeting to order. Mr. Westcott, I am going to yield the floor to you.
Thank you, Mayor, and welcome everyone. Item number 1 on our agenda this evening is consideration for reimbursement for the Boys and Girls Club for the fourth quarter of 2023, their expenses in the amount of $26,919.74 in accordance with their contract from last year. I move that we forward item number 1 to the full council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
Second by Mr. Keller. Any discussion on item number 1? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Item number 2 is consideration of a resolution that would authorize the mayor and city clerk treasurer to sign a memorandum of understanding between the city of Russellville, Arkansas and Friends of the Lattimore Tourist Home, repair and restoration of the Lattimore home and for other purposes. This is a continuation or a renewal rather of last year's contract. And I move that we forward item number 2 to the full council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
Second by Mr. George. Any discussion on item number 2? Mr. George, and I'm sorry to put you on the spot, to your knowledge, is there anything above and beyond that the Friends of the Lattimore Tourist Home might need from the council that's not spelled out in this memorandum that you're aware of?
I think as per our agreement with them, our sort of watch over pass through for their grant accounts are sufficient. I know that Ms. McGuire, who's here tonight from Friends of the Lattimore Tourist Home, really that's all that she has asked for this evening. And I'd just like to say we're excited about the tourist home and to see the progress, but I'm pretty sure that's it for right now.
Okay. Any further discussion on item number 2? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Item number 3 is an appropriation request from the 2023 carryover budget for the general fund, the sum of $18,535 to be used for additional funding for the finance director's salary adjustment. I move that we forward item number 3 to the full council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
Second by Mr. Keller. Any discussion on item number 3? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Item number 4, and I believe the last on our agenda, is an appropriation request from the 2023 carryover budget for the general fund, the sum of $22,500 to be used to fund the solar eclipse deposit expenses. And I move that we forward item number 4 to the full council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
Second by Mr. Keller. Any discussion on number 4? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Anything else for the good of the Finance Committee? Mayor, I yield the floor back to you.
In light of us having extra time, I would entertain a motion for Ms. Megan Selman to be able to give her quarterly report during this meeting so that she does not have to give it during our 6 o'clock council meeting.
I so move.
Have a move and a second. Any, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. If technology can work, and Dr. Selman, if you could come to the podium, we'll go ahead and get that going.
Perfect.
We had a motion by Mr. Westcott and a second by Mr. Gray. Is that correct? Mrs. Skelton is asking. Thank you.
I was going to start with a workforce development commercial that the Chamber produced during the fourth quarter of last year and let you guys view that. This highlights workforce and education partnerships in Russellville.
In Russellville, workforce development begins long before graduation and a diploma. Education goes beyond the classroom and textbook. With state-of-the-art facilities, educators devoted to excellence, and access to the best technology, we prepare every student to excel in their chosen field of work. We prepare graduates to become leaders in their industries, innovative thinkers, and productive community members. We are devoted to training, educating, collaborating, and developing a vibrant regional workforce that drives community success and fuels the future. In Russellville, we dream, we learn, we work, and we succeed. Start here. Stay here, Russellville.
Got a few slides. I'm a visual learner, so I brought some slides for you guys as well. All right. So this is a Q3 and Q4 combined quarterly report to sum up the last 2 quarters of 2023. It's not comprehensive, but I try to drill it down to the meat of some of the things we were doing at the Alliance and at the Chamber for Economic Development. Our annual meeting in December was sold out with over 350 local leaders and state leaders in attendance from our region and beyond. We hosted a forum at that meeting where Arkansas Chief Workforce Officer Mike Rogers and Secretary of Education Jacob Oliva came and discussed workforce across the state and locally in our region to kick off our 2024 Start Here, Stay Here campaign in the River Valley. You'll also see we awarded the 2023 Citizen of the Year, Jerry Evans. In August of 23, the River Valley Business Expo was back in Tucker Coliseum. We had over 85 businesses participating with an exhibit and over 1,200 attendees from the region. This event was also attended by U.S. Congressman Bruce Westerman, helping put Russellville's best foot forward. During Q3 and Q4, we had several First Friday breakfasts. Those are to educate our community about current events and business going on locally or regionally. We had several Commerce and Connections, Paint the Town Green and Gold during Arkansas Tech Welcome Week. We had a record number of participants in that. We had over 24 ribbon cuttings celebrating new businesses, new amenities in the River Valley, or anniversaries of businesses in the River Valley. And we have 38 participants in Leadership Russellville this year, which is the largest ever. We also had a large grand opening event at the Arkansas-Oklahoma Carpenter Millwright Union Training Center. You can see that right off the interstate this year with several congressmen in attendance as well as local leadership. We had a first responders appreciation cookout downtown where we served over 245 local law enforcement officers. We, in Q3 and Q4, began our Eclipse education with First Friday breakfast. You might recognize some famous faces in our Eclipse First Friday. And we also hosted several town halls. We hosted a town hall on how to VRBO Airbnb your property, 2 more for hotels and restaurants, and then a small business town hall. Marketing highlights, we produced 4 commercials last year, 2 aired in Q3, Q4, and we started a new Start Here, Stay Here campaign that combines workforce and education in our region. We produced a community buyer's guide as well that highlights over 750 local businesses. We continue to work heavily with RSD, area superintendents, ATU, and UACCM leadership to create pathways to employment. We continue to work with Owens Corning as they begin preparing for their new 150,000 square foot foam insulation facility here. We recently hosted their HR team and their groundbreaking ceremony in December, where they included a sizable donation to area nonprofits. As far as our existing industrial sites, you'll see there the 45-acre site that is city-owned in the industrial park. We got that recertified at the end of Q4 last year through Entergy Arkansas and the Arkansas Economic Development Commission. This is a lengthy process, but having a certified site is a huge win for our community and just helps us have ready-to-go product when industries are shopping around for their next development. All of that was also marketed and is online at the Department of Commerce website. We have drone footage, utility information, and geotechnical studies. All the studies were completed on that site. As far as workforce development in Q3 and Q4, the Chamber received grant funds for $75,000 from the Society for Human Resource Management National Foundation, and we have included, as part of that project, some permanent kiosks that you'll see around town with web-based programs that promote local jobs or connect people to employment opportunities. We are also currently engaged in Inspire River Valley, which connects industry and local students from 7th grade up. We hosted an event at Rockline for 7th graders from Russellville and Dardanelle to interact with area CEOs as well as tour Rockline. And January 29th, we'll host another event at Arkansas Nuclear 1 for area schools, Pottsville, Dardanelle, and Russellville. We have 150 students scheduled to attend that event. Be Pro, Be Proud has chosen Russellville as a site for this year's draft day. This is a job fair, basically for local high school students. There'll be local and regional high school students will be able to come meet regional employers, apply, interview, and even secure a job that day at Russellville High School campus. We have assisted in Q4 with a second chance for felony offenders job industry in the area, job fair in the area, and we worked in Q3 with the Haynes facility in Clarksville as they experienced that closure, helping their employees find new gainful employment. We came out with an app in Q4, very proud of that one. So Job Finder is a website that the Chamber created to host and to advertise local job openings within the 25-mile radius, and now Job Finder is an app for the younger generation. We were also recognized for the second year in a row. Our Chamber of Commerce Economic Development Alliance was recognized by Governor Sanders, alongside the Conway Chamber of Commerce, El Dorado Chamber of Commerce, and 2 other Chamber of Commerces in the issuance of a proclamation by the governor recognizing outstanding work in economic development. So we are stewarding your taxpayer dollars well and plan to continue to do so. That's a very quick rundown of what we did in Q3 and Q4. Do you guys have any questions?
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Selman, for coming out, and thank you for all your hard work.
Yes, thank you guys.
All right. Motion to adjourn. We will adjourn, and we'll reconvene at 6 p.m.